Mabrika. Welcome, Soul Tribe, to this episode of Deep Soul Awakenings. Get ready to step into a place of visibility where your heart and intuition are your guides.
What's up, family? Welcome to this episode of Deep Soul Awakenings with your host, Millie. First and foremost, I apologize to all of you. It has been a while since I have recorded an episode. Life has been lifing, but probably in the most beautiful way that I can even imagine or express in any kind of way. Also, sorry if you heard that in the background. I'm working on learning how to edit all those things out. I just wanted to come on and say that, I've really been thinking about the podcast and where it is that I want to go, what messages I want to send. And so far, it has been one of the most beautiful, beautiful testaments to my journey. It has shown where it is that I began, who it is that I began this journey as, but most importantly, who it is that I have become, who I am, all that I have remembered. And I'm so grateful. I know that a lot of times on this path, we are put into darkness and given all of this darkness. And at first, it really feels like it's just a curse at times. But on this path, I have realized that the darkness is such a beautiful gift because for me, and every time that I have gone into darkness, I have remembered who I am, remembered more aspects of myself, but also have been able to let go of all of these stories that I have told myself, these stories that I created, the stories that I was told that I accepted. On this journey, I have been gifted the remembrance of my ancestors, my ancestors known and unknown. I've been gifted connection with beautiful Orishas. I've been gifted a beautiful connection to my Pachamama, the beautiful earth, Gaia. She has claimed me as her daughter, and we are all her children. I've been gifted connections to beautiful goddesses and gods and all of these beautiful energies that are here to help us, to guide us on our way. Lately, I've been thinking of, what is it that I want to bring? What do I want to bring in the spaces where I am the facilitator, the hollow bone, the anchor? What medicine do I want to bring? For me, I'm learning that medicine is connection to ancestors. Reconnection to ancestors, helping you all to remember that connection is always, always there for you to reclaim. I've heard so many times as I talk about my ancestors tell me that they wish that they had that connection, that they wish that they could connect in the ways that I do. And I'm here to say that you can. That connection is there for all of us. We all have ancestors. We all come from a lineage. Some ancestors, have done things that they are not proud of, that we are not proud of. But in all of that, there are lessons, beautiful lessons for us to learn. For me as a medicine person, I want for all of us to remember, all of us who are part of the diaspora of being just removed from our lands and living in other places that are not connected to our lineage. I want for all of us to remember that no matter where we are on this earth, they are always connected to the land. The land is always there for us to honor, for us to be with, for us to love, for us to connect to. I feel like on my path and on the path of my ancestors and in the lives of my ancestors, there has been so much that has been taken from us. I've been shown visions by the beautiful Orisha Oshun, visions of myself and my ancestors bound in chains, bound and stripped from everything that we are. But somehow their spirits still remain strong. Somehow our spirits still remain strong. That connection stays with us. Their prayers still protect us. And these are all of the things that I want to reclaim. These are all of the things that I am reclaiming. These are all of the things that I hope that all of you can reclaim as well. In my life, on my journey, I have noticed that there is a theme of being an advocate for people who have or feel like they have, because everyone has a voice. It's just whether or not you choose to use it. So for those who feel that they have no voice, I have always placed myself in a position to be their voice. And I feel like this podcast was created initially to do just that, to share my voice, to share wisdom, but also to share the things that sometimes others want to share that they don't feel comfortable sharing. It's been full of ups and downs and a beautiful spiral where, things continue to come into my peripheral, to come full circle, and themes continue to be repeated. But as these themes continue to repeat, I have noticed that it is not a pattern that is reoccurring. The majority of the time, it is space to allow for myself to go deeper into what it is that's being shown to me. And there are many times where I feel like I lose myself, where I get caught up in the day to day of the world and being human, if you will. But in all of this, I remember. In all of this, I am always gifted the remembrance, that grounding moment where I sit with my ancestors and I remember that this path, this work that I am doing, so much bigger than I am, so much bigger than what we can all comprehend. Because the work that we are doing, the relationships that we are reclaiming, the connection to spirit, the connection to the land that we are reclaiming is so much bigger than we can imagine. I am honored and I feel so lucky to be someone who has been chosen in order to do this work. I am grateful to be my ancestors' jewel, to be the embodiment of them in the human existence. So I wanted to come on and say that I love all of you. And I know right now, the holidays are hard and they don't feel the same as they used to. But I ask of you, really sit with yourself and think of why it is that it doesn't feel the same. Is it that it is not the same, or is it that you are more aware of the things that matter to you, aware of the things that you hold? For me on this path, being love, sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Being love is so important. Being present is so important. But being me, being my authentic self, is one of the most beautiful gifts I could have ever given myself, given to my sons. So to all of you, I say, keep on pushing, keep on moving with faith, keep connecting. And in those hard times, continue to speak to your ancestors and know that they will always guide you. Know that they are calling you home. They are here to claim you. For those of us that are here, for me, I'm here in New York. I'm first generation born in New York. My whole family on my mother's side was born in Puerto Rico. My father's side, the generations before him as well, were born in Dominican Republic. So for me, I realized that being in New York never really felt like home. And I find that with time, and I find that on this journey, I find myself wanting to go home. I'm not sure where that physically is. Could be in Puerto Rico, it could be in DR, it could be in both places. But I know that when I am amongst the trees and the birds, the insects, all of the beautiful things that you find in nature, that is when I feel home. So to all of you, if you're having a hard time, go out into nature, sit with the trees, talk to them, for they are wise. If there are any moments where you feel lost, speak to the water. The water is a beautiful ancestor of memory. It holds all of the memories since you were in your mother's womb, it has been with you. Always remember that you are loved, even if it doesn't feel like it. You are. So I wanted to come on and just say hi, say that I love you, to give you a beautiful reminder that if ever you feel lost, remember that you can look to the stars in the night sky and your ancestors will guide you home, for they watch over you always. Until next time, I ask that all of you continue to be kind to yourself, to love yourself, even in the moments where you feel that you are unlovable. Know that all of your spirits, all of your ancestors, they love you exactly as you are.
Are Kamabu. Thank you for listening to this episode. We look forward to continuing to find our way back to indigeneity with all of you. May your heart continue to be your guide. And remember that whenever you feel lost, you can look to the stars, and your ancestors will help you find your way back home.